Interpreters, translators, your energy leaks long before you enter the room, or even before you even move your hands or say a word. And it is costing you trust, confidence, and even your job. And this is like, it's one of those things that I really want us to understand, that this energy leaking. So a couple of weeks ago, I worked with another a co-worker, another interpreter, actually a relay interpreter, a deaf interpreter, and I got in. Everyone got in before me. I knew, like, I don't know, everyone came like so early, but anyway, got in on time. Few minutes in, and then they came up to me and like, "Oh, hi, I'll be co-working." I'm like, "Pleasure. We've worked together before, and it was all good and everything." So they were about to give us a briefing before the main meeting happens, and the co-chair came in and was like, okay, was trying to like start telling us what's happening and where we are and all those kind of like things. And before we even started, my colleague was like, "Oh, just to let you know, I'm still a trainee interpreter, and I just want, it's okay that I do this job." And like, and then the co-chair said like, "For you to be here, we've done our checks, and you are okay, you're fine to be in this space." And she's like, "Okay." You could see a bit of relief in them. The job started, and they told us what was going on. You could just see like okay, yes, going on. And it was now a case of like, okay, where do we sit? It's like, just even figuring, I was just, the energy was just pouring out, like the uncertainty. They're like, yeah, okay, here, like, and then we started the role, and then midway, and then she's looking at me like, "Okay, everything fine? Like, you understand? Like, oh, like, let's keep going." And then it became a kind of like, say again, like, what do you mean? Like, hesitation happening, all the like second guessing, and you could just see the whole thing. And at the end, it was now kind of like, "Oh, tell me, what can I do to improve?" Not like, "How did we do?" or like, "What's going on?" And it's like, I just felt like, "Get a grip, girl! Like, come on!" And no, I didn't do that. In my head, I wanted to, but it was just kind of like, first of all, let's say like, we just did that. And she looked like amused, like well, not amused, like dumbfounded, like, "What are you talking about? Like, we just did that, like that, like they got the outcome they wanted." And she was like, "Oh yeah, like yeah, let's like we did that, right? And like let's celebrate that." And she was like, "Okay." Oh, cool, cool. Like, but she was like, wasn't something she was thinking about. Instead, just like, "Okay, give me feedback. What do you think I should do?" Like, "Babe, we just did that." And that was a pattern interrupt. And then we were able to like just lock in, like, you, like she said in the beginning, I don't know if you forgot that bit, like, you're meant to be in that room. They knew like you're where you are, what you're meant to be there. You are capable, you are skillful. Your mannerism, how you saw yourself was just showing like, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. I'm not sure if I'm capable. I'm not sure that. And it just brought me back to when I was told I couldn't be an interpreter. Took me back to when, as soon as that happened for me, I just went into like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm not, this is not my thing." Like, and you could just start seeing, like, even when I started going in and doing, and I was actually working at a time, and you could just start tell in a mile off before you even I wave or say anything, that I did not have that trust and belief in self. I did not feel that I was capable. I went into this like, okay, fiddle me, until I made that decision that I am going to be that interpreter. Did I go looking out for them? Did I go figure out how does that interpreter feel, act, all those things, embodiments that I started like taking on? That the next thing when I went back into class, so that the person who told me I couldn't told another person that, "Oh, there's something different about Nene. Like she's on board. She's like clicking, all these things." And then they came and told me, and I just like, "Oh, really?" So I said, like, okay. But I knew exactly what was happening. I knew that I dropped in. I worked on the becoming. I knew that I was it. You know what I mean? Like, I embody the identity of that. I'm going to be that interpreter. I'm going to qualify. I'm going to do this thing. And because of that decision and that ownership of this new identity of being that interpreter, I started acting and start feeling and being that when I walk into rooms, when I started interpreting or interacting, I was showing it that then, "Oh, okay, maybe they'll find out that if they say something I can't sign, or this or that." Was no longer. I was anchored in the belief of, I'm going to do this. I am it. And that's why I say to a lot of people, like, it's really not about the skill. It's not. The skill is secondary. It's long before you even bat a word or say anything. What is projecting, what is showing, what's showcasing is how you are seeing yourself, is how you are, what you're bringing to the plate, what you're thinking. Because remember, what you think is how you feel. How you feel is what you start, it's what you start doing, and you start acting, and you start doing all those things, and you get the results of like, "Oh no, we don't want her again. I don't, she didn't interpret me correctly, or she kept hesitating, or she missed that, or she did this, or he did that, or they did that." Like, you start getting that feedback because of the energy you're doing, until you shift, until you make that decision that, okay, this is who I am, this is what, and then we can then come from that point of curiosity. Oh, how, this is, well, like, this is a new space for me. Well, like, I wonder what I'm going to like learn, and what I'm going to like serve, and like what are the things that I would get at the end of this. When we come from a place of curiosity of like, what is this going to look like? How is this going to be, this new space I'm in, or this new job, or whatever that is? Come curious. Ooh, I wonder how the flow, and how I get to just voice this person, or interpret for this person, and how this would work, and what I get to learn at the end, or what this service is all about. I get to know more of them, or come from a point of curiosity of like, I wonder what, I wonder how this is going to flow, what's going to happen, how the whole like thing's going to plan out. When we come from that point, we start anchoring in ourselves. We walk in empowered. We walk in curious. We walk in service. We walk in like, okay, how do you get to make this happen? What's the interaction? How do we flow? And coming in like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I am capable. I don't know if this, that. No. Let's come in the empowered identity of that which we want, in the knowing and belief that we are capable, and knowing that whatever it is, we'll choose the right words or choices or lexicon or whatever that is to represent what's being said. Because we were chosen to be in that room. We earn the right to be in the room. We show up at the people who have been like assigned to do a role, not as someone who oh, they think I am, but I don't think I am person. We're anchored in that belief. We're anchored in that place. Because when I started going and acting from that place, one, did it start becoming like, huh? And you know what really made it like certified for me is at the end. How do you leave the room? How do you then go? Because when you leave it, oh my gosh, thank God this is over. Oh my gosh, I survived. This is it. Oh, what do you think we're telling our brain? Oh, we're not safe in this kind of situation. This kind of roles and jobs are not good for us. So we better protect ourselves. So next time we see this kind of job, we freeze. We start like second guessing ourselves, like we're not sure if we can do this. Our brain wants us safe. So it's gonna be like, remember last time we didn't do too good here. All these things were not happening. So we best just kind of like either not go for it again or like just be careful, just be careful. But when we leave a space going, oh wow, we just did that. Like, wow, like my goodness, I learned something here. I figured something out. I celebrated. Even if it's like I survived it. We're teaching our brain that it's okay. We are safe in this space. We are good here. We are capable. So the next time we're in this situation, we up level. We get to do this again. We get to like roll, and it's fun. The brain feels, yes, okay, this is okay. We enjoy this. And then we are then like we come back in and like, yeah, how are you? How's your week? Da, da, da. It starts flowing naturally. I'm going in from like, I remember this last time. Gosh, I barely survived. This is no. We're coming in from like how it will showcase for us, how we want to like end this. And this is why like I want to curtail a space where we start working on identity. We start doing the things that figuring out, okay, am I a second guesser? Do I procrastinate? Do I have this imposter syndrome going on? Do I feel stressed, tense when I'm in certain spaces? What is that for you? Let's start like rewiring this. Let's start anchoring it. Let's start workshopping and start doing the work that is required so that we show up in our truth and the confidence follow. Not coming in the fear and then the doubt follows in. We are anchored in who we are. So let's hang beginning next year. Join the waiting list so that we can then start meeting weekly to start. And it's free to start building on this new identity of self so that we show up with confidence. We show up in our truth. We show up in alignment, in our becoming, because we are the prize. We got the role to do. And show us in our power, not as someone who is just in the sidelines, as someone who is just there. We are empowered. We are locked in. So if you want in, fill up, join the waiting list. And I can't wait to see you in the room where we get to start building this identity that will take us flying through 2026. See you there.